DJ Halloween, and today I am back with another unboxing, this time on the Hauntress. I'm sure you guys know that by now because you've already seen my demo of this thing, but I personally have not really seen this go off more than like one time at a local store that had her working, because at the flagship, when I went, it actually was off, which was kind of odd because I think most people that went there, it was on, so I'm not sure why it was off at that time that I went. Maybe it busted already. Because it does have quite a violent motion. But before I get into opening it up, I of course do just want to say that what you just heard there is a snippet of my most recent single. Yes, I do make music, and that was me singing on that, and there will be a link to my Spotify at the very top of the description down below, along with my Apple Music if you use that. I mean, I'm on Amazon Music, everything that you could possibly think of, and I'm also on YouTube at Tyler Hunt Music, where you'll find my music videos and all of that great stuff. And if you want to support me throughout the entire year, not just seasonally around Halloween, then be sure to check out the music stuff, because it's something I don't plan to slow down on anytime soon, and it will be an all year round thing, and I just have so many songs coming. It's super exciting and such a super fun thing for you guys to support, so be sure to check that out. Also, check out my merch store. I've got that down there, and buy the Hauntress on my Spirit Halloween affiliate link. But without further ado, let's pop open the Hauntress. Now, of course, I want to make sure I get a good camera angle here. I haven't even peeked in this box, so wow, I'm already seeing a lot of really cool stuff. And as you guys know, Hauntress is one of my favorites for this year. It's very affordable. The price is on here. It's $120, and it's just a pretty wicked cool prop. It does a lot. And let's go ahead and get a focus in on what's in the box here. Take a look at that. We have, I think, the shoulder and the head, and I've heard from some other creators that have already opened this Hauntress up that it is very similar to like Lost Her Way type of situation with the zip ties, which is not my favorite setup, but we will just go ahead and dive right in regardless. So the head looks super cool. Uh-oh, it looks like my head is a little bit crushed here. Maybe I can try to pop that out, but we might be dealing with the crushed head. I guess it'll be okay because it'll be covered up. We have a hard plastic shape underneath with a soft latex like mask material on top, how a lot of faces are, but it comes together to make this really, really creepy looking ghoul face. Definitely love this. I love the mouth, the way that it just kind of is like wide open and black, and the texture in it, it almost looks like it's kind of like sewed together. Well, not really sewed together, but you know what I mean? It just looks super creepy. So I love that. That is the head and the shoulder, and yes, I can see this is definitely the same deal as Lost Her Way with zip ties and all of that, which is not my favorite type of prop, but to set up, I mean, we need a 20-pound weight. So yeah, definitely don't want to skip on that part, because this thing is so violent. And whoa, you got some really poseable, really awesome, solid arms here and hands. Take a look at that. Yeah, it was super easy to pose. I already just did it. And also, these hands are some high quality material here. It's kind of squishy. It's hollow on the inside. Maybe there's even some foam in there, but I really love the talons on this thing. Take a look at that. Yeah, I hadn't really looked at this that close. There's the other arm. We've got some poles here, a couple square poles. These are pretty heavy duty and heavy for what I would expect for this prop, since it's kind of like a violent sideways motion. But here's the control box. Very typical. We see this same control box now on every single prop these days. The adapter is going to be in this little box right here. Let's see, we've got our base taking up the majority of the space there on the side. Look at that, we've got a heavy-duty wooden base here and quite a thick foundation part right here that it's going to pop right into. Oh, and it tells you the direction of the pop out, so we're going to put a weight on this right here. Let's go ahead and focus in again. We've only got a couple more things in here. I think we've just got the dress. Nice creepy cloth, super creepy. You know, we'll figure out how that goes, but it has that hood on the top right here. Here's that hood that I definitely love. I think it just kind of is perfect for this ghoul type of prop. Now, whoa, what is all of this that we've got in here? We've got 2 loose zip ties just by themselves in there, which may be all that it comes with, unfortunately. And in that case, I'm gonna have to figure something out because I have to set it up twice for the instructional. And here is a bag with, it looks to be the IR sensor wire with what would Velcro in, or it actually is gonna tape, and a big spring right there. So I believe that is it for the unboxing part of this video. Pretty painless. Let's see, here's the instructions. Typically I see those first, but give you guys a little look at those. Let me open them up. Oh, here's all the parts. Got your face right there. Super, super cool. They're all looking kind of the same these days. There's not much variation, which is definitely good for Spirit. So here is all of our parts outside the box. Now this one might be a little painful to set up if we're gonna have to be doing all this zip ties and everything, but we will jump into it nonetheless. And by the end of this video, we'll see what she does. So we're gonna start with our base, of course, except, you know, it's gonna look kind of weird here because we're gonna have a side motion. And the diagram here shows it in this position where you have that piece on the left. So just for simplicity, I'm going to keep it exactly the same. So the next step before you actually put anything onto the base is to connect these pulls. Now you want to have B at the end and A at the other end, and then this one that's not labeled in the middle. So I'll just kind of do an up close shot of that. So we've got our A here with, it doesn't have a locking pin. I'm not exactly sure how this works here. All right, well, it was a little bit difficult, but we got our pull rod finished here, and we actually want to stick the end labeled B into the base here because we're gonna use this little hook thing that's on the end of it. So it's just gonna stick in like this. All right, so I got that screwed in. I actually lost one into here in the process because I dropped it, but there actually is 4 screws that need to be done. You see it has a screw here, it says, and it has 2 arrows because you have like one that goes through this little hole and you have one that goes up here, and it's the same thing on the other side. So they really do make sure that this pole is secure, and I should get more of an outward shot here because I've been showing it so up close. This is what it looks like, you know, if I'm standing up, but it just has been kind of weird to film because it's just a big pole, but that is what it looks like so far. Okay, so the next step is to take our head actually and place that on the top of the pole. I apologize for kind of the ugly shot here. There's not much to look at, but we set this center connect piece right onto this pole. It's a little tight actually. And then I am gonna have to screw it, I believe with 1 or 2 screws in the back and in the front. And then I will do that off camera. Oh, you couldn't really see, but here is the head now on a pole. I mean, again, it's not much to look at. And I'll go ahead and do these 2 screws, those holes right there, off camera. So I finished screwing the head, and I just noticed it has these weird Chinese symbols on the back of it. And also, one thing I was gonna say, see, I got the screw in on the back here. There's a screw spot. You need to put 2 screws in, and I got the screw in on the front. And I saw in the instructions it was very odd. It actually splits these steps up as if you're inserting the shoulder frame by itself, like here, and then inserting the head. You know, if you actually have it, you'll see what I'm talking about, but a little bit odd that it splits those steps up when it actually comes as one piece. So maybe just follow my instructional coming soon if you actually get this guy to make it a little bit more simple. Now we can actually go ahead and get the 2 arms placed on. Focus on those. I love, love, love the design of the hands here. And they are a super important element because they certainly add to the creepiness as he pops out to the side, or as she, I keep saying he. And now we can get them hooked up very similarly to Lost Our Way, where they have, if you can see it, some little metal hooks here, and this one actually goes on this side, and it's going to go underneath of the plastic thing in the little like divot that it sits in. We actually saw a couple like this last year. I think Dahlia was like this. I think even Pennywise was like this. Lots of these setups where you had to put a wired arm in, then like zip tie it on, and then it would like go into a hole somewhere right here. Yeah, there you go, and lay flat like that. Yeah, a very common thing we saw last year. First time I'm dealing with it this year. It's not my favorite thing to have to do for sure. I definitely prefer just locking pin or fork arms, which is what we've seen so far. But we'll get this one put in as well. Slide it over and push it down. Right like that. And then these arms are, like I said at the beginning, very easily posable. They look super creepy. And let me show you guys here. This is what it's looking like set up right now. And as you can see, I mean, I'll go more in depth on my instructional setup if you want to actually figure this out. It just has this wire and it sits into that plastic piece and goes through a hole. Same thing with both arms, and then we're gonna have to zip tie that on, but I think I'm going to just do the zip tie off camera. It's just kind of a pain. You just kind of zip tie the plastic and all down on with the arms. The next step is to open up our clothing piece here and put it around him and around the arms. It's not one of those where it actually has to like be on before you put the arms and then the sleeves and everything. It kind of just like drapes around. So you kind of just got to play around with it. Now, this is what it is looking like with our clothing piece on. We do need to close it up around the back here. So we'll do that right there. Then they just come down the back. So there you go. Now that's looking really great. There's one all the way down at the bottom here that you can't see, but they do make sure that it closes up nicely. And yeah, guys, it's looking great here. We've got the dress down at the bottom. I can flip it around so you can see the front. And you want to kind of pull this out maybe to make it look a little bit better. And now this is really, really coming along at this point. Now it is looking like the Hauntress. So now we want to take our control box, typical control box that we've been seeing with all of the props this year, and use this Velcro strip on the bottom to connect to this Velcro strip right here. So let's just go ahead and do that. And then I'll also just jump to the next step, which was to take this wire coming out right here and plug that into the wire coming out of this base thing right here. And I see it, it's actually over on this side. So let me, well, I don't want to flip that around because I want to have access to this stuff, but we'll just have to have it come around like that. And there you go. Those two wires go in like that. So before we put the clothing back down, we actually want to take the IR sensor piece right here and attach its wire into the plug right here. So let's see, it goes this way. So you want to get that connected in. And then we also have our adapter here, and we might as well just plug that in to the adapter port as well. So here we go. Gonna plug that in. We'll want to turn it into the on position because that's how I'm gonna have it. Make sure that volume's all the way up. And now we're pretty situated with our control box. So this is actually interesting. I was thinking we're gonna have to fish this up through the clothing here, but as you can tell, the strips are actually on the back because you can put this IR sensor wherever you want. I'll just keep it here for now and just keep it on the ground and just activate it when I plug her in. But you can put this wherever you want because you gotta imagine you won't actually see the Hauntress before she activates because it is a jump scare from coming out from behind something. So this is what you would want to put like on the wall that she is hiding behind in front of that wall so it activates. So very cool there. You can put this IR sensor wherever you want. It's very neat and versatile. All right, so our Hauntress here is pretty much good to go. I'm going to get her plugged in here in a second. I know you've all been waiting for it. Just had to mention that about the IR sensor because I'm just going to have it on the ground for right now. And in this bag, you know, you can put sand or whatever you want, but it needs to be at least 20 pounds here. I've got 25 pounds worth of weights in here. They're just like weights that go on a bar. So I'm actually just going to do it like that. There is like a Velcro strip on the end of this dress that you kind of could use, but my weights are covering that up. So whatever. It's kind of just a lot of this stuff towards the end is kind of just whatever you do based off of your situation here, where you put the IR sensor, what you use for the weight. You know, it looks kind of weird there, but I'll have it better for the demo and everything. But here is what she looks like. So let me go ahead and plug this in. You know, it's going to lean towards this direction, which, by the way, you can change the direction that it leans by just switching out the pole. So very simple there, because I know that was something that people were talking about when we saw the sneak peek. So let's get it plugged in and see. I'm a little scared. Oh, wow. That thing goes far, guys. And my weights are pretty much just exposed there. Very quick activation and quick retraction. Whoa. I'm gonna get it to go just one more time because it goes so fast. How far it falls. That is going to be it for my unboxing video today on the Hauntress. She is certainly a really, really fun one for any Halloween display. Very family friendly and very effective jump scare. You guys saw how far out it pops there. It really is just such a unique and actually useful prop that Spirit has come out with that I think is going to be a huge, huge seller this year. So I would get your hands on one now or sooner than later. There will be a link, my Spirit Halloween affiliate link down in the description. And if you use that link, you would help out me and the channel and you can buy this Hauntress right here, guys. She's retailing for $120, but down there will actually be an exclusive discount code or free shipping. It's going to be one or the other, but definitely be sure to buy her on my Spirit Halloween affiliate link if you would like to. I think it's going to be one that's going quickly, so like I said, buy it now and sooner than later. Also, be sure to support me on Spotify like I've been saying in each video, guys. Your support means absolute world, and it makes it all worth it and makes it makes me able and motivated to continue to be making songs, which I plan to do for you guys as long as you guys continue to support. And so far the support has been amazing, the love has been real, and I appreciate every comment in the comment section about the music. So be sure to stream it on Spotify and help me improve with my music over time and grow a bigger audience over there. Like I said, check out my Spirit Halloween affiliate links. The Skullfire logs are really awesome. There's a specific link to those. Also, there will be a link to all of my social medias, my HTJ Halloween Instagram, where you can see more about what props I have coming and what videos are to come and just everything Halloween on there. Also, my Tyler Hunt Music Instagram, where you get to see photo shoots of me and also sneak peeks of songs and all that great stuff. And there will be a link to the HTJ Halloween merch shop, where you can get the HTJ Halloween t-shirts, mugs, pillows, blankets, all sorts of stuff, even phone cases. Alright guys, thank you all so much for watching today's video on the Hauntress. Stay tuned for her instructional setup, especially if you have her, because it's going to be super duper helpful. And I will see you all in the next one.